ఓకేనా? Good morning to all. I welcome you all for the class because you have joined the class in spite of these heavy rains, and many of you may not be having power supply, or even maybe facing problem with your internet connection. In spite of all these things, you are here, though many are yet to join. I will start because the time has our scheduled time is 10:30. We can't wait. Uh, so in the last class, if my memory goes right, we are discussing about some of the examples under these bony fishes. So in that we have started discussing on some of the catfishes like misters and chana and all those things. Chana is not a catfish, but this misters, cavaceous and all those things. So today we will discuss two more examples under the bony fishes, and then we can move on to the other topic. So another important fish, that is the Valago attu. Valago attu is a catfish. What is catfish? The one which is having long barbels. ಏನು ಮೀಸೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ you call it as catfish, and that belong to the family Siluridae, or they are these uh, catfishes are popularly known as sheet fishes. Uh, this fish, common Valago attu, is the most common freshwater fish found in rivers and lakes, and considerably large sized fish in the freshwater medium, because it can grow up to 2.4 meters or 8 feet in total length. This is a South Asian fish found in Pakistan to Vietnam, Indonesia, and is also reported from the uh, Afghanistan also. So this is such a big fish. You can see the photograph. By seeing the photograph, you can imagine that is about 8 feet in length, and uh, very bulky fish. This is commonly, if you cut this fish, it is common sight that you will see huge frogs and fishes inside the stomach of this Valago attu. When you cut for cooking, the people always report even huge frogs will be there. Such a big mouth it has. It has been claimed that in some area, in Thailand, other things, even it can eat small ducks, dogs. Even there are reports that sometimes small children also it can eat, but it is not proved. But people, local people claim that even it can eat the small children. This is um, probably in Taiwan and other things, this must have become, because what is there? One community, Tapa community, thought the Tapa became this aggressive because the natives put their dead bodies in the water. So by eating those carrions, probably they may become, they must have become, might have become, I don't know, the man eaters also. Uh, but the cat food catfishes, this Valago attu is a considerably large fish. The first one is the juvenile, and the second one, and inside the mouth you can see the row of teeth for carnivorous diet. See the teeth in the fourth picture, you can see that. So it is a very elongated fish, grey to silver body. You can expect with large eyes and very large mouth that extends back to past the eyes, and the mouth is armed with number of rows of teeth, one set along the barbels, you can see that. They are found in large rivers and lakes in Asia from Pakistan to Indonesia, also reported from Afghanistan. Broad head, but whereas you see the tip, the snout is depressed, dorsoventrally flattened, body elongated and strongly compressed. Mouth is having very deep cleft so that the corners of the mouth touching far beyond the eyes. So that's why there will be a very wide mouth for this fishes. Uh, the teeth in the jaws are in wide bands. Barbels, you can expect two pairs. Maxillary barbels are very long, extending up to the posterior of the anal fin, very long barbels. Mandibulary barbels, they are small and up to mouth. Uh, Dorsal fin is small, but whereas the anal fin is very long. These mandibular barbels uh, are longer than the pelvic teeth, but smaller than the maxillary barbels. So, eyes in front. As I have told you, these are found in rivers, lakes, tanks. It's a large, voracious feeding fish. It requires large amount of food. Predatory catfish. Especially, even it is seen in the grassy margin of the rivers and ponds. Mostly hangs under the hole in the river bank and canals. Even it can live in deep water, standing water, slow flowing water, but the bottom should be muddy. So this is a sluggish fish, stays in the muddy bottom or silty bottom in search of food. The young ones of this Varago feeds mainly on insects, whereas the adult feeds on fishes, crustaceans, molluscans, amphibians. This fish is more abundant during the warm season. It's a pre-monsoon breeder. It doesn't breed in the monsoon, but before the start of the monsoon only it breeds. In one lake, that is Mekong Lake, it is reported to migrate to smaller streams and canals during the flood season. To avoid the flood, they migrate to smaller streams and canals during the flood. When the water level in this Mekong river drops, the flood recedes, again it moves to the Mekong or larger tributaries, where they can stay in deep pools until the next flood. It is destructive to other fishes because they feed on other food fishes. This fish feeds on other food fishes, almost all catfishes. So that's why uh, in a freshly formed reservoir and other things, catfishes are avoided, because if the catfishes are there, they start eating the other fishes. Uh, Even if you catch them, it bites strongly with its huge mouth and formidable jaws. So while handling, one should be very careful. Uh, but now the Asian Velago is an endangered species. Their population is declining because of the overexploitation and even because of the pollution and environmental degradation. Uh, this is found, this is the, wherever you see these yellow patches, they are all, you can see this Velago starting from Pakistan to India to Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Bhutan, Bangladesh, you can see in. So uh, with this we have completed our discussion on this uh, classification of the fishes and examples. So uh, if you have any doubt in this, you can clarify before I move to the next topic which has been mentioned in your syllabus. So we have discussed both the cartilaginous fishes as well as the bony fishes with sufficient number of examples, and we have also discussed the general